Cool. That
Oh yeah.
are you cool? Got it. It notified me that you're recording too, because can't be recording all this.
Oh,
Hey, what's going on?
what's up?
Hey, hey, what's your name?
Uh, New AA meeting? Sorry, wrong chat. I'm Travis. I've been an addict. How are y'all?
Are these people? Okay, so we have a couple more coming in.
Damn, bro, how do we have 52 people in this chat?
Well, I know it started before the powerlifting for sure.
That's fair.
I think we had like 20 beforehand.
Laugh for you.
And we'll probably start at like 7:05. We're gonna have to make it quick, guys, just because we are under like a 40-minute time limit due to Zoom. So we'll try to, and I'll kind of reiterate this before we start. We're gonna go through the entire PowerPoint first. Kind of just give us some time to go through everything. Should answer all the questions that you have, and if there's anything left over at the end, we'll definitely gladly answer them. So before you get off, because I know y'all guys probably do have some questions by the look of the Discord in the past couple weeks. So like I said, this is just kind of going over the logistics of the day. Like I said, I'll read it or reiterate that here in a few minutes too.
Also, if you think of anything, just send it in the Discord chat if you don't want to forget.
Yeah. That's a good point. And I expect all this hype to be sold day of meet, guys. We all need to be hyped up on a pre-workout.
Yeah, bro. I might just take like a gallon and just like put a whole bottle.
Let's make sure to bring the 5-gallon jug, Kyle.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good
on
idea.
the board.
That I guess kind of a off the top idea, and we'll just put a 40 or all 30 servings in a tub in a jug.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have I know you guys probably have pre-workout in general, but if you run out, you want to taste ours and you haven't tried it yet, we'll have singular packets for y'all to try, and we'll have like a jug that you can just put in like a water bottle. So like I know there's a long wait times in between your groups until you're up next. So I know like I would take like a half a scoop, sip on it, and just so that way my energy levels are, kind of maintained. Also, the smelling salts that's in the Discord chat are crazy. I just hope y'all know that.
Were they worse than the ones where I started crying?
Nah, I wouldn't say like they're like a good medium right below that.
Okay.
But I also didn't get too close to smelling them like that. So
Which ones you get?
the one at TN, the one.
Oh, Blood Eagle. Yeah. I would hit that in the store and not even like take off the cap, just open the bag.
Yeah, that's
Don't
what
even
I
need Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's 7 p.m. Let's get it started. Do you want to share screen on the presentation, Kyle?
Sir, let's go ahead.
Awesome.
And we'll get up this PowerPoint. Go ahead and start.
Let's start off with just an intro, I think, to the few people that made the call. Just you, me, and Travis. Go ahead, Kyle, and then we can get started.
Yeah, I don't know. So guys, I know there's people coming in as we speak. So just for those of y'all who don't know, my name is Kyle Novak. I'm one of the co-founders of Hype Nutrition. This is Esteban Salinas right below me. He's the other co-founder, and I know we can speak both that we're super excited to get this meet going. I know there's been a lot of work put in. A lot of volunteers are ready to do the same thing, and we can't wait to just give you all the atmosphere of the meet. I know there's a lot of guys that have and girls that are first timers, so it's really exciting. The energy is going to be crazy. I know that I'm looking forward to it and just giving all the guys the best experience that we could possibly give to y'all. So Note that this is our first ever Peak Strength Classic, so there's going to be a lot of logistics going on. There's going to be a lot of questions, but I said this a few minutes ago. We're going to go through this entire PowerPoint just because we have a 40-minute time period. So we want to get as much information covered for y'all as possible. And then at the end, feel free to jump on, ask questions, and we'll definitely try to answer that to the best of your abilities or best of our abilities. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. If I can know how to go to the next slide, let me see. All right. So obviously, if y'all don't go to Rain, it is hosted at Rain Athletics. I know a lot of you guys are members at Rain. I've seen a lot of y'all prepping. I've seen a lot of y'all peaking the last week, so I'm super excited for that. The first lift is going to be at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is when I will be starting the hosting, or I'll be hosting it. And so 10 a.m. on the dot, it will be the first squat. So I sent you guys the rosters of either group A, B, or C. So make sure you know which group you're in. So that way, if you're in group A and we release the lifters right after at 9:15 or right after our pre-lift meeting, you obviously want to get started warming up right away. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, first lift is at 10. And sorry, my mouse is messing up. There we go. Okay, so for check-ins, this is checking in for the meet. This is going to be Friday, March 24th. We're going to have 2 time slots. We're going to have 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's going to be at Rain Athletics. So the same gym that we're competing at, or that we're hosting the meet at. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys are members there, so you know the layout of the gym, but we will have, as soon as you walk in, and sorry, I keep meeting these people, so losing my train of thought here. As soon as you walk in, we will go to the black turf area where you stretch. We're going to have a table there. You're going to basically bring all your equipment that you need. Oh, and note that if you can't make these time slots, please shoot us an email, shoot us a text, anything to get in contact with us to see, because we're going to be there most of the day anyways, just to see. I know some people have work, school, or whatever. We'll try to accommodate for your check-in time. So things you need to bring, all equipment that you'll be using the day of the meet. And so Esteban, I'm not sure if you want to kind of take over on this slide of like what.
Yeah, I'll take over on that one. Just a reminder on the time we have, okay?
Yeah.
I want to give them at least like 10 minutes to have questions.
Cool.
All right. Are you going next slide?
Oh yeah, so basically just to wrap it up, you'll need
Gotcha.
lifting belt or belts, wraps, sleeves, singlets, some key information, your ID and confirmation that you purchased with your ID, and this is the most important part, your opening lift numbers for your squat, your bench, and your deadlift. So think about that. Go online. I'll send in the Discord after we get off the meeting a conversion chart of how many pounds or how many kilograms you will start for each 3 lift. That is key. And also a side note, if you don't make the weight, you're not being disqualified. You'll still be able to compete in the meet. Sorry, I have to admit.
You'll just get reclassified.
Yes, you'll just bump up a class. So if you're 82.5, you'll go to 90. So just to reiterate, hey, if you gotta lose a few pounds to make the meet, hit the sauna, hit the Forbidden Powerlifter word cardio, do what you need to do. All right, on to, and this is the equipment. Obviously, I sent this in the rule book, just some examples. We sent this PowerPoint to y'all as well.
Yeah, so I can take this one over for sure, Kyle. Like he said, the rule book, guys, like that is the prerequisite to it all. Please read the rule book. We can't cover everything. So you need to understand what the judges are looking for. You need to understand the call outs, what the judges will be calling you out on, what terminology they'll be using, all that stuff. And if you don't know that stuff, please go read it. It's going to help a lot. It also talks about equipment as well, but we can cover it here real quick. So we all know what singlets look like. But the reason we have that here right now is I wanted to specify that during bench and during squat, you need to have a shirt under your singlet. Okay. Once you get to deadlift though, you can take off the shirt if you'd like. That's a very, very finicky, like a rule, but we do that just to keep it sanitized so that we don't have all the sweat all over the stuff. And it benefits you as well to have a shirt. You know, a metal bar shirtless doesn't feel great, and you'll be slipping if you don't have a shirt on the bench as well.
And just to add,
So
like, the cotton is a good, like a good cotton shirt.
Mhm.
Like some of the rain shirts are really good. That will help just give you grip like on the back of the bar for squat, etc. So like,
Yeah.
all these are noted in the rule book. So if you have any questions, just refrain to that. And a lot of YouTube links you can research of like the commands like Esteban was talking about.
Yeah, let me get through this real quick, and also everyone say hi to Alex, the host of the gym. He is the man who's hosting at Rain Athletics.
Yeah. So big shout out to Alex and Abby for Rain. Like I said, if you're not members at Rain, big shout out to them for letting us use their gym, their equipment, and everything like that. So we're super excited. Is there anything else you wanted to cover over this slide?
Yeah, there's a few other things real quick. So one is the form, guys, on all three of those lifts. Just an FYI, benching, we want to make sure that you do have any part of your feet down, both feet. Your butt has to be down, and also your shoulders have to be down. And obviously the rule book will cover it more, but those are just some examples of good lifts and what they look like. Wrist, huh? Oh, what's up, Anthony? Okay, please go on mute if you're if you got some background noise, Anthony. Okay, so wrist wraps, specifically for powerlifting, you can't have the loop through your thumb. If you see the difference between the right and the left, I know we all do that during the gym session. So make sure that that loop is not on your thumb. And just another reminder, there is a certain amount of time allotted to you. As soon as we say your name and you're up to lift, you get a certain amount of time to get that lift started. If you're getting that lift started and you're running out of time and you still have the loops on and you're about to start and you run out of time, it's a DQ. So just, it's very specific, but we need to know. If not, they'll call your rep off completely. Okay, knee sleeves. We're doing knee sleeves, not knee wraps, guys. Okay, this is not an equip match. So just making sure you guys know that. And then lastly, for belts, we're not doing any kind of belts that are like for back pain or anything else like that. Two very specific belts. The one you see two examples underneath, a lever belt or a regular belt. So yeah, that's it from this slide. Go ahead, Kyle.
Okay, so moving on to the actual day of the meet. So I'm trying to move these on my bad on the. Okay, so check-in for the meet will start at 8:15 a.m. So as soon as you walk in, there's going to be a table to the right. We are going to have the roster that you checked in along with your weight class. Just make sure to tell your name. We'll highlight you, and you can go to the back waiting room, which is the old posing room. And we'll also lay out a map of Rain if you've never actually been to the gym. Like I said, I know most of y'all are members there already, but this is the old posing room that's where you'll be waiting until we have this pre-lift meet. We're just going to go over final details, any safety regulations, and basically kind of just saying, hey, this is about to be the start of the day. And please, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Do not be late. I don't want any stragglers heading on at 9:45 when everything is ready to set up to go. We need to have everybody there by 9 a.m. Just because there's going to be some important information from the judge, from us at that pre-lift meeting. And then by 9:15, it's going to be very short, especially if you're in group A. We're going to release the lifters back into the warm-up room, into your designated areas to start warming up for squat. So like I said, that's the most important part about this slide, is to not be late. From 8:15 to 9 a.m. is the check-in time. Okay, so let me go on to the next. So I know Esteban really kind of already touched a lot on this. If you haven't done a meet, it's really pretty basic. You're going to have three attempts for each compound. You're going to have 3 attempts for squat, 3 attempts for bench, and 3 attempts for deadlift. Obviously, they're going to go into order. You're going to go in your groups. So you're going to go all 1 through 10 of group A. You're going to repeat that cycle. Your second attempt, 1 through 10 of A, and through all the 3 attempts, and then it's going to go on to B, and it's going to repeat that same process to C, and then you're done with squat. Then we'll move on to bench, then to deadlift. There's also going to be a 15-minute break in between squat and bench, just because that gives us time for us to set up one for bench and then to give our judges a break, any people that are working logistics a break. There is going to be roughly a 45-minute break in between between bench and deadlift. One, because we have to move, get the platform ready, and we just need to give all of our volunteers that have been gracious enough to give us their time, just to give them lunch. Basically, really just give them a break from all the hecticness of the meet. And so, like I said, the first attempt is going to be 10 a.m. sharp. So I know it's pretty generic. This is how like the powerlifting process works. I know you've probably been researching. If you already competed, you know how this kind of logistics go for the day. And Esteban, if you want to kind of go over, like you said, the difference of like a good lift or a bad lift.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. Overall, in order to have a qualified total score by the end of the day, you are going to need at least one successful lift per lift. So again, that's why we say SBD, because that's the order: squat, bench, deadlift. You're going to have a total of 9 attempts unless there is some kind of a renege on your lift because of some error of some kind. So potentially, you know, most times we have 9 lifts. Every now and then there could be a potential redo. Okay, what else do you have on here? You get 90 seconds for the time that the judge starts your lift. So the commentator will mention your name, and then the judge will finally say, once they have set up all the weights and have got your lift ready, they will announce your name and say ready, or platform ready in generically, right? Once platform is ready, we will start a timer for 90 seconds. And if you don't make it out and start your attempt in 90 seconds, you will get a failed attempt. So there's a few nuances to this, and just an FYI. For example, squat is very particular. For one, you have to make eye contact with the judge and to confirm you're ready to lift. And you have to wait until they tell you to start. If you're not ready with acknowledgement by looking at them and acknowledging you're ready to lift, you won't be ready to lift in that, and you will get a failed attempt. So there's a difference between that and something, you know, like deadlift, right? So just an FYI, make sure that you give yourself enough time to go out there and actually fully be ready. So there's a tip here as well. If you have any friends coming to watch you, or you do have a coach, or you have someone that you've powerlifted with before and can be there with you, it's very helpful to have someone guide you as you are getting ready to lift. They make sure to keep up with the timing of your lift and keep hearing for all the details while you just focus. You know, you play some bangers and you just focus on getting ready for the lift. And like, for example, our latest lift between Kyle and I was coaching him and making sure that he knew timing and was ready to go and helped with all that. Okay. So we're going to have 3 judges, and basically if you get 2 white cards, we will be considered a successful lift. And the commentator that we'll have will make sure to announce the success as well. There will be a lot of commands. Please refer to the rule book, and because there's specific words to everything. Okay. And then the last thing I see at the bottom is we're going to have a best lifter award at the end of it all. And it's all based on your total score. And we are going to base it on your weight as well. So in other words, we're going to synchronize everyone's total score based on your weight, create a ratio, and then we're going to compare that point system to all of them, because you'll be on the same scoring system. Once you're there, we'll figure out who truly got the best score out of everyone, regardless of class. So that's the averaged out or combined total. Okay, I think we're good here on this screen, unless you have anything else.
Cool. Yeah, I think you hit on all the points. So
wow, we just hit 20 minutes, so let's speed it up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. And I know this is the biggest thing that a lot of people have questions over and kind of concerns. So the logistics of warming up, we're basically, it's going to be in the old posing room, and I have pictures of that after this slide. This basically area will be completely covered and cleared of all equipment, and we'll have a combo rack and with kilo plate. So again, unfortunately, I know it's not ideal to where everybody would have kilo plates, but we have to allocate enough kilo plates to the actual meet. So you should easily have enough to warm up at least one rack, one combo rack to squat and bench with kilos. The other is going to be the two squat racks against the back wall at Rain. You will have to use pound plates. Like I said, I know that is something that is not ideal, but it's kind of, again, it's an amateur meet. There is going to be some differences, and that is unfortunately one of them. So it's about as close as we can get to it. When you warm up, obviously you want to kind of time it right, and you should go with people that are kind of close and similar and to your weight. So if you're squatting 405, try to get people in your class that are kind of relatively close. So that way you're not, taking off 2 plates at a time, putting it back on. You can kind of speed up the process and get warmed up efficiently. So I know it's been the same for Estevan and for me, even at real like USPA IPF meets, like you're warming up with multiple people, and it's kind of it's hectic. It's always the most hectic part of the day is warming up. It's just part of it. It's also kind of the best experience because you get to talk to people, meet people, and like kind of just get to know like what the energy levels, everything. So we will have a volunteer communicate with everyone that is in the back room, just kind of as a quick like logistics role, saying, hey, this is like who's up. There's going to be a small monitor in the back of what lifting group is up. It won't have the exact name, but there is in the main room, like the main platform room, that will show exactly who is up and who is lifting. So again, like Estevan said, if you have a handler, if you have a friend that is helping you, that is, again, your job as a lifter and or who is lifting or helping you lift. That's kind of job to make sure to say, hey, we need to get warmed up right now, and you need to be ready to step on that platform. So if it takes you an hour to warm up, then make sure to allocate that time. If it takes you 20 minutes, then take your 20 minutes. So just again, that's planned accordingly. We're going to be running around. There's going to be volunteers running around. So people will be there to help you. But again, that it is basically your job to make sure that when your name is called, you're ready as ever to hit your numbers. So this is going to be the warm-up room, and like how it's going to be roughly set up. It might not be exactly like this, but we'll be moving the deadlift platforms. And I assume, Alex, this is kind of how it's going to be. We're going to move the platforms into here, correct?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, cool. And the combo rack will be somewhere over here. If we need to move the combo rack into this middle, we'll play it by ear. The warm-up rates are going to be in this area. And so if you're not necessarily, if you don't want to warm up or be, congested in here, you can obviously hang out in the stretching room that's in the front. Obviously, I know it's going to be pretty busy, but again, it's always hectic in the warm-up rooms because there's going to be about 20 to 25 of y'all in there at a time. So just make sure that, again, you have the allotted time, and that's kind of the layout of the warm-up areas. All right. So, and Estevan, I mean, I guess either one of us can take over this. So it's basically just once your lifting group starts. Let me start checking time here. We're going to
24 minutes right now.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to try to finish everything up here in the next like 10 to 15. Basically, how it's going to work is I'll be the host of the day. I'll go ahead and say lifting A is ready, and then I'll call out the first person of the lifting group. And I'm going to say the judges will say platform ready, and whoever's up needs to be up. And after your first attempt, you squat, you bench, whatever it is you're doing, you go directly to the scorecard table or the judges table, which is right to the left of the platform. And you must give the score volunteer your next lift in kilograms. We're going to have a conversion chart. So if you only know in pounds, like at 425 into kg, it'll be on there, or roughly. I think it's by 2.5 kg per. So just make sure you take that into account. I would do some research beforehand to say, like, this is the rough numbers that I want to hit. And you'll need to do this after your second lift as well for your third attempt. And you need to do this for squat, bench, and deadlift. So just to reiterate, you lift, you go to the scorecard table, you give the assistant your next lift, and then you go back into the waiting room. And again, just to reiterate, I want to make this point really clear. It's your handler's job or your job to make sure you're ready to lift in the allotted time that is given when we announce your name. So when it says platform is ready, that stage is hot and you're ready to go. And basically this is going to be the setup. This whole room will be cleared out. The lifting platform is going to be right here. The 3 judges will be separated. So this is kind of going back to the PSC rule book. The judges will make sure you hit depth. This judge 1, this is the guy that is the most important. Oh, my bad. This is the guy the most important. He's going to be the ones that is going to give you command. He will say squat, press, all the commands that go along with the the powerlifting day. So this is the guy that you need to make sure you're not necessarily pay attention to, but that you're hearing commands from. And so this is where the scorecard tables, and then this is where you'll funnel in and out of the room. So we recommend if you're about to be up, just to hang out right over here. And so that way you're ready, you can hear clearly. Obviously we're gonna have a mic, it'll be super loud, but just to make sure that you're not anywhere, on the other side of the gym. And just another picture of what the other side of the lifting room is gonna go. This is for your spectators, for your family. There's gonna be chair rows all over here. This is gonna be cleared out. Make sure to leave this walkway as empty as possible for your family members, for your people who are spectating, and lifters. If you want to come in and watch your friends, I know you have a bunch of friends lifting, feel free to come and cheer them on. I definitely want this place to be loud, the energy to be high for every lifter. I know you'd want the same, so feel free to make some noise and make sure that you get the experience that you would want. So all right, so that clears off that. How will lifters be awarded? We're basically just going to have, like Esteban said, we kind of cleared it. We're going to have one best overall lifter based on all the calculated things that he said before. And a medal will be awarded to the first place in each competing class. So each one that is, divided into your 82 kilogram, 100 kilogram, vice versa. And then your junior, those types of classes. So everything will be separated, but it's the first overall lifter that will get the medal. And then also your overall results will be posted after the meet. So we'll send that in the Discord and probably an email to y'all. All right. Basically just some other generic information about the meet. Really just the entry for guests. It's going to be a donation based, it's going to be free. It's going to be an open gym. So if you have friends or family that want to catch a workout after the powerlifting meet, check out how awesome Rain is. Actually want to get a workout out, feel free to do that. But we really highly recommend donating to the Challenge Athletes Foundation. So if you have friends or family, they're going to have a sign as soon as you get admitted into the back room to have a donation QR code. So we really highly recommend that. Let me take a drink of water real quick. I'm thirsty, but we're gonna have concessions, basically just the essentials: chips, candy, protein bar, Gatorade, water. So if you want a full meal, I think there's, Alex, is there a microwave that lifters will be able to use or no? Like if they brought a meal, or is that okay?
Yeah, we have a microwave in the front area.
Okay, cool. So if you wanted to bring a preheated meal, I don't know if you'll have time necessarily to go out and come back in to get like an actual meal. So just kind of plan accordingly for that. We're going to have shirts for sale at our pop-up shop. There's going to be $30. And so they're the same material as Rain's last pump covers. So really good material, really sweet shirts. And there's also going to be other small businesses out there to check out as well. And just to wrap up, if this is your first meet, or if you've competed a couple times, 10 times, whatever it is, this is a competition against you and yourself. So don't worry about the other lifters. This is what, oh man, we're only 6 minutes down. This went quick, huh?
Yeah, just close it up.
Yeah, so basically, we'll try to answer any more questions that you have in the Discord, but that is the most important thing, is that you hit your numbers and you have a good time doing it. Come in the day looking to push yourself, and know that all of your friends, family, anybody that is watching you is there to support you and to hit your numbers. So it's going to be a great time, and I'm excited to see everybody hit some PRs. The energy is going to be crazy. We put a lot of work into this, and I know we have 5 minutes. So guys, is there any other questions?
1 second. Sorry. Let me add a few things, and then yes, questions. I just want to let y'all know, guys, please do some research, not only read the rules, but go Google, like, what do people typically do to get ready for these meets on day of. But a few things, for example, an opener does not mean like you hit it casually every now and then. No, like you have to know you're going to go out there and hit your opener. You have to be pretty conservative. It's not, the worst thing you can do is miss your opener, because the rest of your day is going to be very difficult on you. And I know this from experience. Just be more conservative than you even want to be. And then if you feel so comfortable with it, then start bumping up by bigger amounts, because there's rules to this. And if you miss a rule, you're going to have to go ahead and try to get it with less certainty. And then again, this is all your guys' responsibility. We're going to help you guys out as much as possible. But remember, if you miss a lift, it's not on us. It's all on your own responsibility. Alex, do you have anything you wanted to add from your side at all?
No, I mean, you guys, I'm pretty grateful for you guys, spearheading this thing, taking control. We're just excited. Me and Ivy are excited to be part of it and host it for you guys.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I've never been to a meet myself, so I'm pretty excited to see how it goes. And so I've been seeing some of these guys practice in the back, so it's gonna be cool to see it, come to light. So
Yeah.
Definitely excited.
Let's give you guys some time now. That is how many minutes left? 4.5 minutes for any questions. We will bring an electric scale as well. That was a question in the Discord.
And then there's one in the meeting chat. So yeah, we'll bring an electric scale of our own, and then a compression shirt. I don't want to answer that off the top of my head if we put that in the rule book. We recommend like the tri-blend or cotton blend shirts just because it's safer. Compression tends to slip. And they said, someone asked, is it 45 minutes until we start warming up or 45 minutes until the first deadlift? So as soon as the last bench of group C, we will clear out, and that's when the 45-minute break will start. And so that gives you, again, if you're in group A, you're going to have a lot of time anyways to do whatever you need to do. So just be sure, say if we end at 1 o'clock bench, just know that we're starting at 1:45, and we'll let everybody know that the break is starting. So that's kind of like, it's not 45 minutes until you start warming up. It's 45 minutes until the first deadlift attempt after bench. Or
What time can guests show up to watch? Kyle?
So I would recommend people that emissions table is going to open up at 9:30. 9:30 is when we have our first shift or first like volunteer opening at the emissions table.
I don't think we mind doing it as soon as you guys get there, right? I think that would be smart, because in case they drive together or whatever. So is it 9 a.m., 9:15, or what was it?
Yeah, it's like if you get here a little early, I know we'll be there, and if people do happen to get there, like y'all are coming from out of town, we'll definitely make things. But yeah, let's say around 9:15 and 9:30 is when, but everything will be set up. So just know to get in the back room, you're gonna have to go through the emissions table, and you'll just get a colored wristband. So
Yeah. Another question from Nazario, any estimate of what time the meet will end? From what we know in the past, it can vary very greatly depending on the amount of lifters. Since this is one of our first time hosting, I mean, it could be anywhere between 5 to 7 p.m., I think, right, Kyle? Or do you think a little less?
We're hoping that's not the case, that we're hoping to be done earlier, but if we, just depending, and that means like totally wrapped up with medal awarding, because we may be done by 4 p.m., but we still have to do like give the people the awards. So obviously the people that want to stay for the award ceremony, but we hope to be done in like that 5.5 hour, like the 3:30 to 4 o'clock time period with 30 lifters. But again, it may go way faster. Remember Esteban's meet was done by like 3 something.
Right.
My meet was way longer. So it really,
Okay.
We'll just put around 3 to anywhere from 3 to 5 p.m., 5:30. So
We have 1 minute left for one more question or a few more questions. Can I still compete with just squat and dead? No, that won't be a full total. So what you can do is just do the bar. So if you can do the bar with a dislocated shoulder, I assume you can, if you can deadlift still. So I would just put the bar as your lift attempt, and then you would have a total. But if you do not have a bench, then you have no total. So
Say less. All right, guys. So we're
Okay.
at less than a minute. So I just want to wrap up by saying we are super grateful that all the support that we've gotten from you guys that want to compete. We're super excited for Saturday. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And we're excited for the first ever Peak Strength Classic. So let's get after it. We got the chalk, we got the smelling salts. We're ready to hit some PRs, boys and girls. So we appreciate it. And we'll see you guys Friday.
Let everyone know about the open gym for Rain Athletic as well. Tell all your buddies and also tell them you're having a powerlift meet. Tell all the grandmas and the grandpas, let everyone come. It'll be a good time.
All right, guys. Signing off.
All right, bye. Hey, let's debrief. I'm going to send a video call with you guys, okay?
People going, they're just trying to get into the meeting. People crazy.